Lesson 9.3, Slicing 3D Solids, starts in your practice packet on page number 6. So we're going to use these 4 figures to answer questions 1 through 4, which are all on page 6 for you. Which sentence best describes how the cross-section in figure C is formed? So figure C is right here. It is sliced. It looks like there's our base parallel to the base. So it tells me A would be the correct answer then. For question number 2, which board best describes the cross-section in figure B? So looking at figure B, it looks like we have a 4-sided shape here that's going to be flat across. It goes across the top, down the sides, and out that bottom part. So it looks like everything's going to be pretty even here. So I would say the best choice would be a rectangle then. For question 3, which figure has a cross-section that is a square? So our cross-section that's a square is going to happen on this square pyramid here with letter C. Which figure does not have a plane cutting parallel or perpendicular to any face or base? So this is a perpendicular slice. This is a parallel. That's perpendicular. So B is the one that is at an angle then. So that's why it's not perpendicular or parallel. For question 5, I'm going to jump ahead here. We're going to look at question 5 and 6. I have these all over the place here. Question number 5, which word best describes the cross-section of the rectangular pyramid shown below? So looking at it, it slices through these 3 different sides here, which means we're going to end up with a triangle. For question number 6 over here, Erica takes a cube of cheese. I'm going to zoom back into a single page here, excuse me. Erica takes the cube of cheese and cuts it as shown by the dashed lines below. Which word best describes the shape? So it's going to cut across the top. It'll cut down across these 2 bottoms, and it's also going to go across that bottom part that's right there. So it's going to give us a 4-sided object, and since this is a cube of cheese, it looks like this cut, though, is going to be smaller than the whole entire length, which means we're going to result in a rectangle, not a square. So we're going to use this picture here. David's making a custom cake shaped like a cylinder. The dashes are the cuts that he's going to make. Cut 1 is parallel to the base. So which one best describes the shape of the cross-section with that cut? So because it's parallel to the base, it's going to match the base, which means the circle is going to have the radius that's equal to the base. For question number 8, cut 2 is not parallel to the base. Which statement best describes the shape? So because this is at an angle, it's actually going to kind of take our circle that we had and it's going to sort of elongate that, which is going to turn it more into an oval or what we call an ellipse. So D is going to be the better choice here. On page number 8, we are using this picture to answer questions 9 and 10. How many edges of the cube does the plane pass through? So I can actually take a look at my cross section, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So because it has 6 sides to it, that means it is cut through all 6 sides of the cube then. Question number 10 I don't have here, so let's take a look here. What is the shape of the cross-section? Well, we just said it went through 6 sides and has 6 sides, so we call that a hexagon then. For question number 11, which is back here, a cone with a radius of r and height h is cut by a plane perpendicular to the base and through the vertex, which best describes the cross-section. So I'm thinking here, I have my cone and it's going to go up like that, and it's going to get cut straight down, which means that my cross-section is going to end up being a triangle then. So those sides are going to be right there. It has a radius of r, so the whole entire bottom is going to be 2r. So the h is going to be the height that's in here, so that's going to happen right here. It is an isosceles triangle, and the base is going to be 2r, so that is going to give us letter choice A then. For question number 12, a prism is a solid figure that has 2 congruent parallel bases that are polygons. Below is a pentagonal prism. What is the shape of the cross-section when the plane intersects the prism perpendicular to the base? So what we'll be doing, no matter where we go perpendicular to the base, we'll be cutting across the top. We'll be cutting down these 2 sides, and then we'll also be cutting across that bottom. So because of that, we will end up with a rectangle. And that is it then for slicing 3D solids.